just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up, Tenny?
Whoever wins tonight, that's who we play.
It don't even matter, bro. Like whoever it is, it don't matter. Get that Baltimore hump off your back. You know what I'm saying? And you play out and beat it. And where you can say you beat this nigga twice, the Ravens twice in a year.
Yeah, take with them. Yeah, with and without. You know what I'm talking about?
Did it really matter?
So
like what, bro? Y'all, bro. That's dead. Yeah, that shit over with. Yeah.
let's go! Let's go! Yes, sir! Yeah. Let's go, baby.
Get that nigga one. Yes. Fucking yes.
You should have just walked out gracefully, and you would have been okay.
Yeah, that's how you walk.
That's it.
That's the second time you walked off like that.
Yep.
And it was both against divisional opponents.
That's hilarious.
What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side.
Perfect.
It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockets, the Stros, Texans, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wise, shout out Wink. What up, Tenny? What up, Ray Ray? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockets, the Stros, Texans, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho.
Let me see. Testing. I don't know if you can hear me. Testing. How you guys feeling? You guys like football? You guys enjoy that game? We got a lot of shit to talk about, even though it's, we got a bunch of shit to talk about. Hey, give me like 30 seconds. We finna jump into this shit. Man, that was a crazy game. It was, we'll talk about it, right? We'll talk about it. But all I know is that if you're coming in here, if you're a Steelers fan or a Ravens fan or whoever, you really think you're going to want that smoke, that's going to be the last thing. But Ravens already know. You know, with or without Lamar, we already know what's going on there. And I think that if you're a Steelers fan, well, you've been watching from a distance, and you know we're the one team you don't want to play. So whoever we got to end up playing, I'm looking forward to that. But we got a lot to talk about. Give me about 30 seconds. Let me get this thing rolling. Give me a bottle of water. And it's exciting. It's very exciting. It starts. This is the beginning, right? This is the real beginning of everything. So here's the deal. If you are excited, say so. What are you feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm not sure. I'm watching my own shit on my back end. So how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 right now about these Houston Texans? How confident are you knowing your next opponent is either going to be Baltimore or the Steelers? How confident are you moving forward? Now, we got some stuff to talk about because, like you say, you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly here. And it was some it was some real fucking ugly. It was a lot of ugly today, even for if you want to really just count it for just a half. There are concerns, right? But unfortunately, there are secondary concerns more so, not in this. Well, I guess secondary concerns in the secondary, but you know that there are potential weaknesses, right? Like as good as things are, once you start to kind of peel back a couple of layers, you got some questions. A lot of holes. Exposed a lot of holes, and thankfully some people got bad attitudes, and it worked out in our favor today. So give me just a second, like I said, I'm doing all this other bullshit. I forgot I started this live differently than I normally do. So it messed me up. All right, hit that like button. Let me go ahead and get the bot acting right. I think the bot should be working. If one of the mods want to try a roll call, remember ! roll call space start. If you want to try that. Cheap t-shirts. Oh yeah. We got some new cheap t-shirts. Instead of the cheap t-shirts from China, we got some cheap t-shirts from like India or something. There are underneath the very nice premium high quality shirts that we don on a daily, right? Underneath the nice Ralph Lauren's, or the what's the shit? What's my shit? I can't even think of it right now. Yeah, we got some underneath that. We got some knockoff, no name. We got some knockoff, no name. Like it's one thing to be like a knockoff of a name brand, and it's one thing to like be a no name brand. We got like some knockoff of a no name brand t-shirts lurking in that secondary. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let me get my water. We're gonna get this thing going. We'll run the song by y'all one more time. But hey man, it is great to be a Texan right now, and the future, at least the foreseeable future, is very bright. Like I said, hit that like button and give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds or so, even though I know that already. I'm gonna take that off of there. Blue, you already got 30 seconds, asshole.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an imitation. Shout out Wide, shout out Wink, what up Tenny, what up Ray Ray, what up Spitz, 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies, the Stros, Texas, the Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent.
Cut that other song off right there. Shout out to J Mel for the Soft Sports intro song. Give me just a second. I'll look at the lights on in here. I don't need anybody with your prejudices and your racial jokes, you know, talking down on darkness and things of that nature. All right, so hey man, look, Jack, the Houston Texans. Oh man, that game was ugly, right? And we got a lot of things to talk about. Let's just kind of get into it. Shout out to all you lovely folks. Let's get into the proper screen. I'm supposed to set the, yeah, whatever that is. We're not doing mark my motherfucking words right now. We did that earlier. I forgot to cut it off. Anyway, what's the motherfucker, man? I'm your host, N Honcho. It's good to see you. Glad to see you guys. I hope everybody's feeling good after that Texans win. Let's just be honest. Let me pull the chat up so I can actually see. Let's just be honest about this, right? This game isn't foretelling of shit. It doesn't it doesn't mean anything, right? It's one of those games because it's so many different factors hinged on this game that you were seeing what other teams were doing. You saw that Jacksonville was putting belt to ass, and they did so thoroughly. Does that mean that I fear Jacksonville? Like, this is what y'all got to understand. Like, I can commend other teams, right, and still believe the Houston Texans are a better team. Like, that's first and foremost. But Jacksonville did what they were supposed to against Cam Ward and the Titans. Cam Ward, he went out early. So, I mean, like, what else would you expect? So once you saw that you weren't going to win that, I figured at that point, you're going to pull your starters. After you pull the starters, things get a little weird. Things got a little weird early, right? For whatever reason, Peanuts lost his mind. For whatever reason, Pierce was just having a fucking field day on it. Like, if he wouldn't have caught the attitude with the ref, who knows what the actual outcome of this game could have been? It could have been something different. But I mean, he was out of bounds, so I don't know what he was bitching for. But this was not. Ultimately, it was not ideal. It was. I mean, but when you know that you're not playing fully wholehearted, you're kind of not putting all your into it. It's hard to put your all into a game knowing all right, we're only playing as hard as we need to, right? And then once you realize, well, there's nothing we can really do, I think you kind of lose that luster, no matter what you're being told. Unless you're like a guy who's not seeing a lot of playing time, you're like, okay, cool, I get to get a little bit of shine. But aside from that, you're not out there playing your heart out, no matter what anybody's saying. So it was. I'm not gonna fault people for the mentality, but it's just crazy that we do some shit like this where we give up a shit ton to this unknown rookie. And don't get me wrong, LeBuddy is not bad. LeBuddy is not bad, right? It's not bad. Let me see what we got in here, man. My bad, y'all. I don't even think I don't know if I set the the roll call. We might not even have no mods in here. Let me see. Let's see if it's working out. But yeah, like it was a situation where you just kind of like you're not mad if you lost the game. You're not wanting to lose the game, and it's not a game that you should be. You're like, regardless of everything that happened, right? No matter what Jacksonville did, no matter what we decided to do, no matter any, like, there's no reason we really should have been in a game that was as close as it was. You know what I mean? So that's kind of concerning, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's see if we got Jordan Nix in the conversation. Let's see Holiday, Leonard Avery. Let me see HTX Savage D. Let me see Brandon. Let me see Ruben. Let me see Mellow Mike. Michael Street. 42. Let me see Gilmore. Hang with Mr. Cooper. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. You know, if I miss you, I ain't diss you. King Hefe. Let me see. Robbie Tyler. Let me see. Your boy Roman. Roman, shout out to Roman. What's the motherfucking deal, Roman? Beyond a funny nigga. What's the motherfucking deal? I'm just saying your name. Clutch City, what's the motherfucking deal? Fighter's Death. Let me see. Julius. And let me see. Look like Jay Cerner, what's the motherfucking deal? Hey, again, like I said, if I miss you, I ain't this year. I promise, man, we just got a lot to talk about. And there's never enough time to talk about it. We never have enough time to talk about it. I'm not gonna be grim and dreary about it. You know, early on, CJ was dealing, right? Start the game. Let's talk about the first half, because that's the half that kind of matters, but it kind of doesn't. No, this game doesn't matter at all. I'm really more concerned with, hey, we're going to the fucking playoffs. Let's get this fucking party started. I don't care if it's the Ravens. I don't care if it's the Steelers. We've already seen the Ravens, and people say, oh, you guys saw the Ravens without Lamar. I'm like, oh, it don't matter. Lamar without Lamar doesn't matter. Yeah, you guys are underestimating the factor that Lamar is. No, we're not. But Lamar is not the factor he used to be. And at the same time, I don't think any of us are afraid of what King Henry's capable of. I just don't see it. Like, I think this is the year we're over that hump. I think this is the year where, we've beaten all the big dogs. We're gonna show up and play for the big dogs. Like the Texans defense will show up and show out for the big dogs. It's just these unknowns that they don't know or they don't care about, and then they let them get the Brissetts, the Leonards, the fucking Genos of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, and again, like I said, it's hard to get into a game where you're supposed to be all in, but you're not necessarily supposed to be all the way in. But it is what it is. Oh, I didn't know if the scores was updated. Okay, cool. I don't think these are the right scores. This is what I played today. No, these are the old scores. I got to update these. The scores need to be updated. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know who's playing right now or not. So yeah, no, I think they are the right scores. All right, cool. Anyway, so all I'm saying is just that it's a situation where you don't like how it ended. I know a lot of people was in the thing. They were upset, about our rankings, and rightfully so, right? Because you letting these motherfuckers. I mean, you ain't let what's name. He ain't run shit, but you letting this unknown kid kind of have a field day. But it's kind of a game where you don't care, and then it's mostly on backups, right? So you're upset about it, but you're not too upset, except for the fact you got to think about, like, hey, some of these guys may see a little bit of playing time, and Wallace didn't look too hot. We've known Bryant to have issues throughout the year. Smith, guys like that. It's like they play kind of like a 3-pack. You buy your cheap T-shirts and packs of 3. That's kind of how that was rocking today. And it wasn't beautiful. Like, it didn't really look good. Like, they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care too much, but it's like you care enough, right? You want to keep your win streak going. Like, I think that's something you can hang your hat on, right? What is it now? 9 straight? You got 9 straight wins since you were basically counted out of it. And again, so it's like you keep that going throughout the playoffs. How many wins? Well, when you lose, you're out the playoffs, so that's it. But, you got a win streak going on. The Jags got a win streak going on. Hopefully, eventually in the playoffs, you end up meeting up, and then we're talking about the division. We're talking about like the storylines that were created are good. That's what I said today. It doesn't matter. Like if you do win the division, awesome, swell, cool, nifty, great, whatever. But I think it's more telling to say, okay, hey, now we're in the playoffs. We get a chance to knock that crown. It's a fake. It's a Burger King crown. We all know the Jags are a Burger King crown. Like don't ever not think that the Jags are not a fraud. They're not good in the sense of better than the Texans. They're good as a football team in the league, but they're not better than the Texans. Offensively, if you're comparing side to side, yeah. But I think the Texans defense is good enough that we overcome a lot of things. We'll talk about that another time. But it just didn't look good today. But it doesn't matter. Like so, but Togiai, which is funny because I mentioned Togiai earlier in the early stream today, and to see him kind of put the icing on the cake, if I wasn't mistaken, I was trying to hurry up and get everything done. I was like, this game just hurry up and be over with. Shout out to Kaimi. Of course, Kaimi. We ain't do player of the game either. I don't think the bot's working right, so we ain't gonna do the vote, so I ain't even tripping. But like I say, thank God we got Kaimi. But some things I want to talk about, right? Some things we got to look into. Some things we just got to consider. Schultz, that's what I said. Schultz had the best, like statistically had like the best season of any Texans tight end this year, right? Like I think most receptions, I don't think most yards, but I think he had most receptions, most touchdowns, and something else. And it was crazy, right? Because I was looking at it, and if you're an old head like me, you're thinking like, Honcho, shut the fuck up. There's no way he played better than Owen Daniels. You go back and you look at it, and statistically has had, a better season than most of. I think this season's been better than all of Owen Daniels' seasons. You know what I'm saying? I think Owen Daniels had one season where he had more yards, but he had like less catches on. I think it was like several more targets. Like so, it was overall efficiency. It was this Schultz was balling. Like, and you wouldn't think it, right? Like when you think about Houston Texans great tight ends, like nobody says Schultz. Nobody puts Schultz. Schultz like it's kind of here nor there. Like people don't trip if you said you were going to trade Schultz. Like people wouldn't think twice about it. Like for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. K Mills, what's the motherfucking deal? Wave Face, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Jason Finch, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out to Mitch, say fuck the Jags. Let me see. LOL. Let me see. Heist. Again, if I miss you, I ain't dish you. I'm trying to show everybody. But yeah, Schultz has been solid though. I mean, of course, since his pickup. I mean, he's not bad. He's not want to be one of those guys like the or not get smacked for. No, it's absolutely not happening. Like, that's what I'm saying. Lamar won, healthy or not, right? There's already some disarray going on in that locker room. We've already heard the rumors and the stories, right? And so you can say, well, we don't know that for sure, Honcho. That's not true. Well, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Come on, like why all of a sudden now, the kind of timing of some of the things, if you pay attention, why all of a sudden now, is that contract you always show up? 0 for no, 1 for yes. Are you moving forward with Dalton Schultz, or are you looking for something better? Are you happy with Dalton Schultz? 0 for no, 1 for yes. Or do you think that the Texans should try to, in the future, look to improve upon that? But yeah, like I said, it's a situation where I'm not worried about the Ravens. Like I really want the Ravens kind of. It's kind of a twofold thing. Like at this point, like the Ravens don't really mean anything. You beat the Ravens early in the year, handily. Cool, that's fine. That's nifty. Bring them back. We'll play them again and prove it with Lamar. So that way you kind of have like how you like your burger. You want mustard on, or you don't want mustard off. Like however you want. That's all it is. It's just like an extra condiment, an extra topping. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter. It'll be nice if you just want to kind of spread a little bit of love. You want to throw one extra team under your belt, under the Texans defense graveyard. Not this Colt, not fucking Riley today. But you can get a chance to throw the Steelers under there. Cool with that. So like I really don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Ravens. I don't care if it's the Steelers. I think the Steelers is an easier path probably, but
I think if the same defense that shows up, earlier in this year shows up in this game, I think you still beat the Ravens handily. It's just about the offense. Again, that's what I said. I'm like, this game didn't really matter. That's why I knew early on it was going to be kind of sketchy because when you had a healthy scratch on Nico, shows that if you're not putting all your weapons in the game, then you're not really tripping. You know what I'm saying? You're not really tripping on what happened. You're just like, okay, I'm going to take my chances. But I don't think that they expected the youngster to play the way that he did. I don't think they expected the youngster to come out and ball. And don't get me wrong, it was too close for comfort. Like that last little call, and I mean, whatever. I'm not even going to nitpick it. But that last little call, and then like I said, that last little field goal, I'm pretty sure some of y'all's draws was clenching your butt cheeks a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because things have happened, right? And again, if we would have lost, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really, to me, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't shift the what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it doesn't change anything. So it's like I said again, it doesn't. I'm not really worried about that. But what I am looking forward to is again, like I said, the Texans had a great season. Ended up 12-5, and so you gotta accept that. You gotta be happy about that. I don't think you can complain about that. I don't think you can be upset about that. I think that the way things started off, looking at this year, you were highly concerned. I don't think that. I won't say that I don't think that we would be sitting here thinking we were here. I think the conversation about being just a half or so out or a game or so out of the out of the division might have sounded crazy, especially the way things started off with Jacksonville, the way things started off with Indy. That's why you got to let the season play out. That's why I say all the hypotheticals, like it's always so many scenarios. That's why it's hard for me to get interested in all of that shit because I wish y'all didn't hear argue about. It's hard for me to get interested in that type of shit because there's always so many changes, always so much shit. Almost anything can happen, right? So, yeah, Higgins had 6, really? Interesting. Higgins had 6. I didn't know that. So again, like I said, it was just a situation where, man, you have to be happy with what you got, right? This game was not of major interest, I don't think, here or there. But it just shows you that, even with a team that has, taken severe impact like the Colts, that we can still struggle a little bit. So we got to be cautious. Like I need a little bit more consistency overall from this team. It's just not even an offensive blame game day. You know what I mean? It's a situation where we got to stop. You have to get it up the same for the slump buster as you do for the 10. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get it up. If they gotta, I don't know what they need to get right. I don't know if they need to stop by the gas station. Go tell them, give some of the little pills behind the counter. If they got to get it up, whatever they got to do to get it up and be ready for the game. They got to they can't, you can't just get up for the bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? They get excited to play Patrick Mahomes, or you get excited to play, Josh Allen, and you want to showcase, how bad we can make him look. And then, you see these again, like these unknown people. You're just like, you don't think it's anything. And I think it's I don't want to say I think it's a problem with having too many riches, but I think sometimes guys are like, well, we're so good, I can slack just a little bit. I know somebody got me. I know that somebody's gonna pick up the slack. It's one of those situations. I think just at the wrong time that happens, man, big plays, man, busts happen. Things take place, and it's what happened? Damn, what happened? Who caught it straight? Oh man. Oh, wow. Terrible. Unfortunately. I hadn't heard that name in a long time. That's still a thing. But yeah, man, so like I say, it's just a situation where, man, it's just like, cool, we got the win. You're pissed off about kind of how you got it. It was ugly. But at the same time, you don't care because you don't care about this game. I think we're more so focused on who is the opponent? Who do we have? Who are we playing? You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at. Like I think that's kind of where my mind is. I think that's what everything is going. Yeah, like it. You can't really strip 3-3-5 piece. So this is how I'm gonna look at it. I'm saying I'm gonna make it. This will probably be relatively short and sweet, man. Like I say, it's just I think when we have, I'll do something when we find out who we're actually playing for sure. And then we go from there, right? Because I think, let me see something. Again, I need to clean some stuff up with the dilly dally. But yeah, because that's when I feel like we have a real conversation. Because like you said, it's mostly second stringers. You saw a couple of good little decent runs. You saw British Brooks get in the game today. You saw British Brooks. Y'all said that he was a fortune teller, a soothsayer. Yeah, I got to fix this because the date's all wrong. That's what I'm saying. I got to check and make sure the database is updated. That's what happened. I need to do that shit early. I need to update all the stuff. Yeah. So, and we're not gonna find that out until way late tonight. You know what? That might be what we do. We got a little time. I won't say we do a live watch, but we probably will on Discord more so than anything. But yeah, like I say, right now it's kind of hard to get excited about this one in particular. So they will call it a short stream. But I'm looking forward to finding out who we play. And then once we figure out who we play for sure, then we'll drop some more content. But with that being said, I'm gonna go fix the setup because these dates and all this information down here is wrong and it's pissing me off. Like every time I see these wrong numbers go across the screen, it's killing me. So yeah. I'm gonna chuck up a deuce, and then we'll come back later for some more content, right? So with that being said, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I believe if this should still be live, make sure you tune in and check that out. But with that being said, follow all the proper channels and links in this channel, links in the description below. And yeah, y'all stay saucy, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the freshest ingredient in H-Town Sports Talk. Let's go Texans. I'm very excited, but I'm more so concerned with who our opponent is. So I can talk a lot of shit, right? We start trolling. Because it doesn't matter. Like we got the upper troll hand, right now. Like right now we can talk shit to the Ravens. Well, last time we played y'all, they can tell me we don't care about that. Last time we won. Or if you play the Steelers, well, come on, we already know how that's gonna go. But anyway. I'm trying to produce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. I am